No, sir. Tonight is Halloween.
Hi, welcome to Rat Rewind Reviews. I'm your host, Ruben, and with me is your co-host,
Hayley.
Hudson.
And today we're reviewing WNUF Halloween Special, a movie from 2013, directed by
Chris LaMartina, James Branscombe, Sean Jones, Scott McCubbin, Lonnie Martin, Matthew Mentor, and Andy Shobe.
So
Sit back, unwind, and rewind.
This is Rat Rewind Reviews.
Rat Rewind Reviews.
So, what do you guys think about this movie?
Alright, well, it's the WNUF Halloween special. It's excellent. It's a movie style that's like found footage, right?
Excellent.
You know, after Blair Witch blew up and everybody who wanted to make something without spending any money decided that they would do found footage, which you can produce cheaply.
Yeah.
And it's not super professional looking. It's not like the lighting has to be perfect and all this. And you can get away with just handheld devices and people walking around. So there was a big boom of like handheld movies, and I'm assuming this was at least partially inspired by that like style of filmmaking.
Yeah.
But it's hilarious.
It's funny that like it didn't pick up in the 80s, found footage, because Cannibal Holocaust was fucking a found footage movie.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I found that interesting.
It was so realistic. They pressed charges.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The actors died.
Yeah.
So that could be a similar thing with Blair Witch. There were friends of mine that were like, I think those people really died.
That was Blair Witch's whole marketing campaign.
Yeah.
I remember fucking kids in school telling me that were like, no, this shit's real, dude.
Yeah.
It's
real,
an actual witch in
It
the
says-
woods.
It says on the poster it's real, so it's real.
Yeah, so I never wanted to go camping with my friends. And stuff. But not just because of that.
Well, don't go looking for fucking witches and you'll be okay, probably.
Yeah.
At WNUF, one of the reasons that I really, really loved it so much from beginning to end was because it doesn't take itself super seriously. Like, it presents itself as this real found footage, and the filmmakers went to great lengths to make it look legit with like editing tricks like tracking and 80s like screen wobble and all these kind of things, all these little touches artistically to make it look real, to make it plausible.
All
that
the commercials.
Like, yeah,
Oh my
yeah,
God.
of course the commercials are like probably the most brilliant thing.
Oh, yes.
That ties it all together, you know.
I think that's like my favorite parts. I was just waiting for the fucking commercials to come in.
Yeah.
They were just like, little short pieces of like,
So true to life.
like candy.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
it has like a main plot, like it does have a story that goes through the whole thing, but it breaks it up with these little intermission commercials, and it beautifully captures the feeling of watching like pre-fucking Devo TV, what is it where you can
TiVo.
record? Yeah,
Yeah,
TiVo.
Devo.
Devo TV.
Devo, the
Whip
fucking
it.
whip it.
I would love that. You could like TiVo, and your only option was to actually record shit. And this
I miss
movie
that.
is exactly what those tapes look like, and it
Yeah.
does it so well. If it wasn't for the little bit of silliness to it, you could almost believe that it was actually real, because those commercials from the 80s and 90s were fucking ridiculous.
I forgot sometimes that we were watching a fucking movie and we're just like, why are we hanging out watching commercials? We're like,
But it's impressive because like back in the day, I always hate commercials. I'll hate them till I'm dead, unless they're extremely funny, which is rare. But in this,
or Halloween commercials,
which is a once a year like time to not hate life, and that's great.
Bill clips inside to tell you if you won. The Coors Light Flick or Treat giveaway. It'll be a scream.
But most of the time, commercials are horrible and terrible, and they make me sad. But in this movie, like the main story are these reporters gathering at this haunted house, like murder house, and the commercials are so entertaining, and that's what is funny, how it breaks from reality, because these commercials are super fun to watch, and that's not really the case in real life. Most of the time. Yeah. But if you told me like, dude, I want to show you this movie that's mostly commercials,
which I did.
Yeah,
that's literally what I said.
And I wouldn't expect that to really be as dope as it is, but this movie completely knocks it out.
I forgot how I fucking found out about this movie, but I was intrigued by it because I was one of the guys who would record, Adult Swim on Cartoon Network at night because my parents wouldn't let me watch it, so I would just
Yeah.
record on my VHS and then watch it when I was like woken up and stuff.
Oh,
and
that's
Yeah.
all
alright.
the fucking commercials from Adult Swim and all this naughty stuff and shit.
All kids out of the pool for Adult Swim. All kids out.
That's why it enticed me because I that's like nostalgia to me, like fucking VHS. Did you ever record stuff like?
Yeah, I definitely did. With me, it was MTV, like 120 Minutes and Headbangers Ball and stuff like that. And I did basically what you did. I would just put it on and then record it and like go do something else.
Oh yeah.
And there would, and I don't have those tapes anymore. I wish I did. But they had like the legit cringy, ridiculous late night. Because because those shows were late night, so the phone sex ads would always be on and shit like that. It was always hilarious, dude.
990-6969, where exciting women are waiting to make your fantasy come true.
We gotta love those MTV ads though.
Oh, yeah.
Oh god, so good.
Because they were aimed at everyone that was younger, so they were the most cringy of all, like trying to be cool. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And these movies, WNUF Halloween special has the same vibe where there's obviously commercials for middle-aged people, obviously commercials for someone who's like a teenager, and like God, it's just so great, dude.
Yeah.
Everyone who contributed really did a good job, like bringing something amusing, and most of the commercials, or at least half of them, I think, are kind of just straight. They're just, this is a commercial. It's not really like a joke or anything super funny about it.
Yeah.
Because
It's also like stock footage and shit.
Yeah.
Compiled together and stuff.
Because I think like if every single commercial was super hilarious, it would sort of break the immersion
It would,
a little bit.
It's more like an experience, I feel, than like
Yeah.
a movie.
Yeah.
I would say.
Like, you're watching like a tape of a newscast and there's commercials. Like,
Yeah. What did you ever like record VHS or was
fucking
something like
all the time. Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island, man.
The monsters are real. Cartoon Network's Cartoon Theater presents Scooby-Doo on Zombie Island.
All of those like commercials are burned into my brain. It's a Kadoozy. You remember that shit?
Yeah.
The fucking ice pop? Yeah, man. And then all those fucking, there were those like color change toys was like a big thing, and like Furbies and like egg hatching toy things were huge.
There's something big at McDonald's. It's Furby, and right now there are 80 different colorful characters in all. Each
You had to be careful if you had like a tape in the VHS and you hit like record. You were watching TV, and then you tape over your tape.
Yeah,
that's some shit you don't care about.
God,
Yeah.
Yeah.
For this movie, WNUF Halloween special, there were 7 directors or 7 people who get credit. But I think that it looks like the main individual who kind of had the vision for it is a guy named Chris LaMartina, and apologies if I'm not pronouncing that right.
You're not
But
forgiven.
he has credit for the story, the screenplay, and he's one of the directors. So I have to assume that. Oh, and he also was the editor. So you know how the editor really is. It really is like the vision maker for the most part.
Yeah.
And not every single director edits their own stuff and vice versa. But in this case, it's obviously DIY. It's obviously like small scale. Get a group of really creative, really passionate people together.
Like your buddies.
Yeah. I mean, if they have clearly they have chops and they can get it done and make something interesting and worthy to contribute. And then in the end, it was up to him to set the pacing. Because when we first watched it, I was kind of curious about this style of filmmaking, and it sounds exhausting.
One of the screenwriters is Jimmy George, right?
Let's see. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I've talked to him before on Instagram. He actually got it to sign it. Yeah.
Cool.
Cool dude.
Hi, Jimmy, if you're watching this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Strong work, everybody. Strong work.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. I
Like-
think he was a producer actually in it. Yeah.
Okay.
As well,
Yeah, because I was like, dude, if you were doing this like a traditional movie, traditional storytelling where you have one director, usually 1 or 2 or 3 screenplay writers, and then 1 editor, and it's all like very linear and everything is just this one story. You have so many shooting locations, you have so many sets to build and things like that.
Yeah.
And I was like, dude, for something like this is like 100 tiny movies inside of a movie.
Yeah.
And to make like a fucking network television program, which is crazy.
I'm like, how do you find the time to go to 200 locations, and also like you said, there's a lot of stock footage, so that has to be like gotten from somewhere, approved or whatever. So the whole thing is really epic in scale, even though it looks very simple, and conceptually it's just a recording from TV, but as a movie you can tell that like a ton of people worked on this. And so for something like that, that's collaborative, to come out as balanced and clean as this is pretty impressive.
Yeah.
You know?
Another thing that I like about it is the fucking Halloween aspect of it, you know, because remember when like, you know, back in the day, I don't do it as often now, but like fucking network television would like change their whole, you know, commercials, fucking programming. People would dress up and everything for like Halloween and shit.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen as often anymore, but like,
I don't think it does. In this movie, supposed to be public access, right?
I don't know.
Or is it like corporate affiliate type
there's
deal?
public access type of commercials because there's like local rugs, local winery, all this stuff. But I'm not sure. That's a good question. I'm gonna just go ahead and say it was like a normal channel, not like a public access, because it was the 80s. So back in the 80s, they had limited fucking resources and shit for it. I think that's what they were going for. I'm not sure. You know?
I think so, because that definitely felt like USA or something like that to me.
Yeah.
Like you might watch like, and then they play like all this 80s sword and sorcery shit every day, like Beastmaster every day.
Yeah.
USA, you could watch Beastmaster all the time, dude. So that's.
I don't remember that because I'm not.
Yeah.
In the era,
yeah. Fair warning, I'm very old. All right, so as far as like the 80s and 90s, I remember it clearly enough to say that this movie is visually legit, extremely legit, and true to the aesthetic of how TV looked on a day-to-day basis back then, for sure. Yeah. Well, as far as the story, like, what do you think about the haunted house, like the fucking what is it? The paranormal investigators?
Oh my god, the burgers.
Yeah. Who are obvious parodies of
Ed and Lorraine Warren. Yeah.
Yeah.
Notorious frauds. Yeah.
I wish Ed and Lorraine Warren had like a cat. That would complete the whole.
They had a child.
I'm sure they had a cat.
They had a child.
Yeah. They had. I don't want to say too much controversial things.
the things that they decided to zero in on to not make fun of necessarily, but to parody.
Yeah.
So like the whole idea of a big media event, like a local news channel doing kind of frivolous or fraudulent things to do like a big broadcast. That's definitely got precedent. Like that was real. And I'm sure there were times that charges were pressed and things like this. I don't know a specific example, but it's easy to imagine. And so that whole aspect of it is really, really good and really believable. And then as far as like the supernatural things happening in the house, again, spoiler, right? Big time spoiler. I'm just gonna straight up say it.
Skip this like 30 seconds in.
Yeah, like skip. I'm super happy that they went with redneck churchy murderers.
Oh yeah.
Instead of actual demons, because I was thinking like not to be rude. This is gonna sound very rude, but it doesn't seem like they have the budget to do demonic. Like something like this, and I'm like, how are you gonna pull that off?
I felt the twist coming on when I first saw it. Yeah.
Reporter Frank Stewart has a special Halloween treat in store for viewers tonight.
What do you think about the Stewart? What was his name? The fucking news reporter.
Oh, he was great.
Yeah.
It was Frank Stewart, right?
Frank Stewart.
Yeah. Look at me, I fucking can remember things.
Yeah, Frank Stewart is definitely like the fucking star to me.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah,
so great. I loved his personality. He was very like,
Because like the nature of the story, since it's all these disconnected little vignettes, which are the commercials, you don't really have a character to focus on until it weighs into the plot. You watch it, I don't know, like half an hour or something before it really gets down to the thing. And as soon as Frank is there, like almost everything he says is super funny. In a very understated way.
Yeah.
And
when he's interviewing the crowd.
Yeah.
He was like super passive aggressive, you know, with the shit he was saying.
Like he reminded me of Bill Murray in Ghostbusters, where he had that same attitude, like, you know.
Which is a great fucking character to do, like, or like Chevy Chase or fucking.
Yeah. Like you could tell he's not super sincere about it.
Yeah.
But he has a job to do.
Yeah.
He has to make it happen.
Yeah. He's doing it for the bills, but he's being a little douchebag.
Yeah.
Inside, yeah.
And then even when even when shit kicks off and like people start dying and stuff, he's still
in character.
Like, we gotta get this on air, man.
Yeah. Oh, and I fucking love the fucking priest.
Dude.
Priest actor who pisses himself.
Yes. Dude,
Robert Long II.
Yeah.
As Father Joseph, dude.
Oh my god.
He was hilarious as well. Yeah.
And he did look a lot like Guillermo.
He does.
Yes, he does.
What we do in the shadows.
Yeah. But because Guillermo is like a supreme badass, and this dude is the opposite.
An actor,
Like he's so obviously over his head, you know.
Yeah.
And like fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude. I thought he did a good job because it's like I feel bad for actors. Like obviously, if it's your craft and you're good at it, it comes easy to some extent. But to pretend you're really frightened.
Yeah.
When you know you're just not and nothing's wrong and you're on the set and then as soon as they turn the camera on you have to pretend like your life's in danger, and I thought he did a pretty good job of that.
Yeah,
like
you talking about the real actor or like actor inside the movie, because it's kind of
meta.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the whole thing is like a fucking hall of mirrors with how meta.
Yeah.
But
the real
I meant the real guy.
Oh, okay.
You know, he did a good job with his character and sort of like sold the. Like, of all the performances in the movie, he sold me the most on this shit being sort of life or death.
With the shot when he was just staring at just like just thinking about his whole fucking life and shit.
We've all had that moment in our careers.
Yeah, dude, we're getting pressured to do like Frank's like, dude, you should do an exorcism, and he's immediately like,
I don't know.
Yeah, I know.
So like, as far as filmmakers doing intentional things, searching.
I'm
check it out.
Searching for a reason to live.
But no, I like it when filmmakers go out of their way and use editing techniques and sort of story structure to do meta things. Mm-hmm. And even in that arena where people are trying to make... And another big one that occurred to me is VHS.
Yeah.
That whole series is also presented as if it's a found tape.
Yeah, that's true.
And that's the framing device of the story. Even though it's little, like, it's an anthology with littler stories, but the framing device is that it's this doomsday tape that, like, sort of will kill you if you watch it or something. Yeah. But even in that arena of filmmaking, I still haven't seen something as original and, like, well made as WNUF. Plus, it's just fun to watch.
Yeah.
It's not a drag where the filmmaker's like, look how clever I am, look how I put this together. It kind of flows nicely.
Yeah.
Where it's like unself-conscious about it, I guess.
Yeah, I feel that. I remember you telling me, like, is this movie like VHS? And I was like, not exactly.
Yeah.
It's not like an anthology, and it does have like the VHS fucking aesthetic to it, but you know, it's totally different. Like fucking a tape you would find, like, I don't know, which I've done before. I actually try to look for these, but like I go to Goodwill's and to fucking pawn shops, and I try to find like VHS that look blank, so I can put it on my TV and see what the fuck's on there. And sometimes it's weird shit.
That is a fucked up idea,
yeah.
dude.
Yeah, I do it all the time. I have like, I have like 5 of them, but most of the times it's just like religious mumble jumble about like don't have abortions and shit. It's the weirdest shit, dude. We should have like a watch party of them. Like,
I mean, cool, but I'm like, yeah, it's funny and
we'll
cool.
We'll go and stumble on some fucking snuff shit.
Yeah, dude.
Yes, and that's why I wrote my script. You know, Snuff Pumpkin, like because of that. Because you know, what if I fucking stumble into a fucking murder of somebody? I'm like, ooh. Well, I mean, I'll probably show it to the cops, but
yeah, but then you're like involved now.
Yeah,
see, that's what would scare me. Like, I don't want to be involved. I don't want to be part of the story of whatever this is horrible thing that I found.
Definitely.
Oh my god, dude, you're brave. You're braver than me. I don't want to see things I can't unsee. You know what I mean?
It's most of the times it's just like recorded. Like one, I got like a Mike Tyson fight, and I'm selling it now on eBay.
Is it the one with the ear?
No, it's not that one.
Would be
no,
cool.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
He spit it in the air.
But it has like all the fucking 80s commercials of HBO, sports and shit, so that's pretty rad, yeah. And another one's like, this one's really fucking creepy. It's like a religious one, but it's like about like 3D shitty animated fucking teddy bears. Yeah.
Shone down on them. Now they're heaven sent heroes to the human race. Those 2 little bears named Sheldon and Grace.
fucking ugly bitch.
And it looked so shitty,
Oh
like
my
animation
God.
on it. It was called fuck me. I would probably put it here in Hudson's face.
Yeah. Go ahead, man. Was it like stop motion? Like
no, it was like
that'd be
3D
terrifying.
animated, but it was like with your fucking Macintosh fucking 8.
Oh,
like,
okay.
you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was terrible. Ugh.
So it's like 20 levels below VeggieTales.
Yes,
You know?
definitely.
Yeah.
VeggieTales would be fucking
Devolved Veggie.
art. Like compared to fucking
It's
that
like
shit.
Pixar.
Yeah.
Yes,
Shit.
dude, for sure. It's like now Pixar. Like
That's funny as shit,
2020
dude.
Pixar.
No, I would never just watch a bunch of fucking blank tapes. No way, dude.
Well, we were
No
watching
way.
the motherfucker.
Oh god.
Blank tape.
That.
I pulled a computer out of a dumpster.
Okay.
Like, yeah.
That would count, right? Found
Yeah.
hard drive.
Yeah.
Found hard drive.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was scared.
Osama
Like,
bin
when I
Laden's.
put it in, I had to
Or-
like, yeah, I was, cause it was in a fucking dumpster, and I like plugged it in, and I was like, and then I like downloaded fucking like some kind of Linux onto a flash drive, and I plugged it in, and then I got through the password, and I was like, I have to make sure there's nothing on this.
Yeah, definitely.
So,
Jared Fogel's computer.
Seriously, I went through all the files, like, and everything, but it was like,
snooping.
yeah, I had to. Oh my god, I don't want to have a computer with like something horrible on it, like,
some fucking-
whoa, no.
Yeah.
Oh no, yeah.
No, but it was, I think it was some teenager's computer that got stolen. Because it was just a bunch of, like, Minecraft things and, like, files of, like,
Okay.
her singing. She's, like, and then the tabs open. I, like, restored the tabs on Google, and it's, like, how to sing like Taylor Swift. And it's, like, oh, this was a child's. Mine now. But it was a child's computer.
Hey, child, she has your
Yeah.
It's me. You're not getting it
You
back.
can't have it back. No. No, those days are over.
Okay, guys, so, what would you rate it? Starting with you, Hayley.
Yeah, you know, like, fucking...
Fucking? Definitely.
God damn it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Fucking. I give it a fucking.
Yeah. I would give it a fucking
Next.
2 if I could.
Okay, I too would give it a fucking. So there's that. No, like,
Or would you give it a sucking as well?
Yes.
Yeah.
I would do all the things.
All this.
Because the number one
dirty
thing for
horror.
me, like technically it's a horror movie, right? I
Technically.
mean, you would find it in the horror section, I suppose,
Yes.
as kind of a parody-ish type thing.
Oh, it's definitely. Yeah.
But cosmetically, and since it's about Halloween and the sequel's about Halloween, it's in my mind it's a horror movie. It's not scary. It's not trying to be though. But the thing it is super entertaining.
Yes.
Like through the whole entire movie, I wasn't bored for a moment. So for me, this gets the highest rating.
You think so?
Actually, yeah, like I love it. I think it's super creative, super original. I definitely want more of it, like immediately, like today. I want more of this from this team. And as far as it just being entertaining, like it's fun. It's funny, but it's not like, it doesn't get silly. It doesn't like tire you out or wear you out with every like jokes every 5 seconds.
Yeah.
The pacing of the jokes is good. The performances are like understated. So as far as being a comedy and being like super fun to watch, absolutely, this is the shit.
Definitely. So you
Yeah.
would give it a king size.
I would give it a king size.
Gnarly.
Yeah,
Okay,
king size
cool.
Butterfinger for this one, dude.
Sweet.
Yeah. Yeah, dude. Straight up.
So you give it the finger.
Mhm.
Heck yeah.
You give
Yeah.
it a finger.
I would probably say so as well. This is a movie that I watched like close to Halloween when it's starting to get Halloween to get that Halloween feel because I love all the fucking commercials. Because I don't have like, there's no YouTube videos where you can watch like television broadcast of Halloween.
Yeah.
So this is like my little fix, you know, my little junkie fix of like watching Halloween stuff. And I, you know, fucking watch The Simpsons, all Treehouse of Horror episodes. as
Yeah,
well.
yeah, for sure.
But this is definitely like the ones that I recommend to all my buddies when I'm like, hey, you gotta watch this shit. This is a good fucking movie. It's a trip because it doesn't feel like a movie. It feels like you're watching like programming. So I definitely as well like king size, yeah.
Yeah.
King size Reese's cup.
Wow,
Absolutely,
Reese's
dude.
cup.
Yeah.
Okay.
A Reese's plate. It's like this.
Like those big Valentine
Hell yeah.
ones.
Hell
Oh,
yeah, dude.
shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cannot. Yeah, I tried eating one of those ones, but like I had to put like it in the fridge because it was like a big ass fucking pie. Just got little pieces of it. And it's just like it gets
How long
disgusting
did it
after a
take?
while. What's it?
You didn't finish it?
No, I just fucking threw it away because it just got hard and nasty.
Oh,
dude.
that's like Homer's sandwich, dude.
Yeah,
Oh,
dude.
yeah.
Yeah.
You're watching the WNUF Halloween Special.
WNUF Halloween Special.
I liked the part at the end where they cut off his tongue.
Oh yeah, I forgot about
that.
That
Was dope.
Yeah.
That was dope. That was really cool. I was like, oh,
kind of give
that's
it to
different. The
realistic.
Yeah,
factor,
it did.
Yeah.
It became very not funny very quickly.
Oh yeah.
And I liked that about it. Yeah. The stakes were immediately high when you realize there's somebody actually in the house, and it's like, and they want to kill you and cut your tongue out.
Yeah, that's
which is what we all want to do for Jesus.
Yeah.
For Jesus.
Feel it.
They wouldn't speak about Satan.
You can't speak sin anymore. No more blasphemy.
Or Satan.
Satan.
Yes.
Oh my God. Well, this is kind of too grim for the subject matter, but it made me think of the Satanic Panic and the West Memphis 3.
Oh yeah.
And to me, it's funny because
no, I'm kidding.
Yeah.
I don't know about this.
The people,
please enlighten.
The people that are supposedly Satanists are like my friends, and I some of them I wouldn't trust to change my tire. So the idea that they're doing deals with the dark forces is really funny and silly to me. But the idea,
do you have friends that are actual Satanists?
Friends that are into heavy metal, friends that love that kind of imagery.
Heavy metal rules. All that punk shit sucks. It doesn't belong in this world.
And friends that play D&D. You know what I mean?
So like me.
Like metal nerds and horror nerds like
metal.
us.
Yeah.
And to me, the idea that there's people in America who really would think that we were conjuring the devil and that we need to be stopped. That's actually scary.
We're definitely not conjuring the devil.
No, that's scary because it's dude, it's prejudice, you know what I mean? It's weird to me. So that the idea that the killers weren't just rednecks or something, but they were actually church cheese, that was actually a pretty good twist to me.
That's true.
To put a little hat on it. Yeah.
We've seen our fair share of crazy fucking religious nuts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. My only final thought is that I just really hope these guys are gonna make more. I hope they're gonna make more. I hope they're gonna get bigger producers maybe to get more money to do it a little bit bigger would be awesome. I hope that for them, I don't know how I don't know them personally, so I don't know if they're trying to use this as a launch pad or something. But I hope it's very successful, and I hope that it gives them the ability to do more, because obviously they know what's good and they know how to make something really super entertaining. So I just hope it keeps on going and doesn't just end with this.
Definitely.
Dude, there's a lot of the segments on WNUF and the sequel that I would watch if it was a spin-off.
Yeah. Or use the product.
Yeah. And ideally if it was if those were presented in the same way, because I want more of this. Now that I've had it and it's made me happy, I want more of this kind of thing in this same style.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And get expansive with it. Because it's sort of we were talking about when Robert Rodriguez and Quentin Tarantino did Planet Terror and Death Proof, and the trailers that they did for that ended up some of them
If you are thinking of seeing this film alone, don't.
Machete started as one of those, right? So
with the shotgun?
Yeah.
With a shotgun.
So I hope that would happen with this, where they would spin it off and let
into little vignettes and stuff.
Or let some of the 7 directors and 12 screenwriters kind of do their own thing if they want to. Because there's a lot of promise, dude. They wrote so many stories for this.
Yeah, I also have other cool movies from the same production company and the same director, Call Girl of Cthulhu.
Oh, I saw that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that had money. That had effects. That had really good effects.
Definitely, yeah. So I haven't seen it yet, but I've been definitely need to check it out.
Yeah, dude, it's worth checking out.
Yeah.
It really has a trauma vibe.
Yeah, definitely.
Really strong, schlocky exploitation trauma vibe. So obviously,
movie horror.
Yeah.
Well, thanks guys for watching the first ever episode of Rad Rewind Reviews. If you're trying to see more episodes like this, subscribe, hit that bell thingy so you get notified whenever we upload free videos, because these are free. We're not getting paid for it.
You don't have to pay for them.
We're like a sweatshop. But we actually have AC, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
Anyways, thank you, and the next one.
Fuck off.
Oh God.
This Halloween, Blockbuster Video has a special treat for your whole family. You can take home any of these great Halloween classics for just $7.99. Or rent 2 movies and get them for $3.99. Now, if that's not a reason to scream, what is? Make it a Blockbuster fright.
Okay, so